Hi, doll. Just coming to check in, see how you're doing. Good. Glad to hear it. Any process on the pages that I left you with? I'm not micromanaging. It's just been a few hours, and I'm assuming you've been working on them that whole time? Yes, I'm sure you are working very hard here on your own. By your request, might I add? No, you just seem a little bitter that you're in here on your own when I offered to stay with you while you did your translations. Well, I am very proud of you for advocating for yourself. Blood scribing is a very tedious practice, so if you need the alone time, I get it. I was just making sure that you are doing okay. Well, you're welcome. Anything interesting so far? Oh, come on, nothing? You've been transcribing for 4 hours and nothing has been of any interest to you on any of these pages. Well, I have a hard time believing that. Let me see. What? Doll, come on. It's fine. I understand that not every page is going to be perfection. Just let me see. You're cute, but trust me, none of these pages are going to tear. Not even if I wanted them to. Every single one is charmed. As some of the most strongest magic placed upon it, you could put these in a burning building and they would come out completely unscathed. So me touching them isn't going to do anything. Okay? Right? Let's see. Well, seems you weren't completely off the mark. These pages aren't exactly helpful. Again. Are you kidding me? Not one of them has... No, Doll, I'm fine. I am perfectly fine. I am just admittedly a little irritated that after months of transcribing and going through each individual passage, well, there's next to nothing useful. Trust me, I wish there was, but does any of this look useful to you? Aura identification, magical suppression, what is this one? Healing? These are all things that most wielders know how to do on their own. They're not exactly blood mage specific. No, that is not a reason to stop transcribing. If anything, it is only confirmation that we need to keep digging and going forward with our search. No. Well, doll, I would love to give you a break and send you off on some fun adventure out in town, but clearly, even after all of the work we have put in and the dozens of pages that we have recovered, transcribed, translated, nothing has been useful, so we are going to keep going until something is. Understand? Now is not the time to get lazy and turn away from our work. Are we forgetting that you are alone in here because you asked to be? Because when I offered to stay with you and help you, you decided that I was being too much. So company is too much, and now isolation is too much, and now you want to go where? What country do you want a vacation at for providing nothing for this clan? Yes, because translating a passage about magical cloaking. A clan of vampires can't exactly use that, now can they? Excuse me? Oh, doll, you don't mean that. No, you don't mean that. Because if you mean it, when you say that you're just so underappreciated, you might as well leave. I don't even know how to process that. That's underappreciated. You think that you are underappreciated. That's an interesting word to use. No, I would say you are pretty appreciated here. I would go so far as to say that you are revered here, but apparently that's not good enough for you. Apparently that's not enough for you, doll, right? Even after all these years, that's just not good enough for you. Then let me remind you that you have spent years under my careful protection, becoming a beacon of hope for all of the vampires in our clan that I had assumed you had come to call friends. Yeah, remember them? The ones who are depending on you and your incredibly unique magic to help them. Would you rather them grovel at your feet like you're some savior? Because as far as I was concerned, they considered you a friend. Someone that they could trust. But clearly that's not the case. No, I think that I am understanding quite well, doll. But unfortunately, for their sake, I can't let you just abandon them. When they need you the most, I am not going to let you be that selfish. I am going to pretend like this conversation didn't happen. Okay, doll? I'm going to walk out that door, and I'll come back in a few more hours to see what progress you've made. And in that time, you're going to turn around, sit back down, and continue transcribing, so that one day you can fulfill the duty that all of your friends here are relying on you for. Okay? Go on. Turn around, doll. Unless you need my guidance with that as well, in which... I dare you to raise your magic to me one more time. Go on. You've still got another hand available, so why don't you try it? I have had so much patience with you. I've been so kind and giving, and no one has ever had this amount of leniency from me that you have been gifted. But that is slipping second by second, and I no longer have the patience to be nice. I have worked too hard and too long for you to let this slip just because you're having a tantrum. Do you understand me? I am not hurting you. If I actually was, you'd be too busy screaming to complain about it. Now you are going to get up, use the working hand that you still have, and you are going to do the job that only you can accomplish. Because if you don't, I will take every single vampire in this building that you have called a friend, and I will rip them to pieces in front of you, one by one, until you comply. Starting with Isaiah. Now, it would break my heart to do so, but if you put me in that position, I would have no choice. So the question is, are you going to make me do that? Oh, good. That's the right answer. Get up. Looks like somebody's saved by the bell. Come in. What? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but you said to come to you as soon as we got back. Well, unless you're coming back with good news, I'm seriously reconsidering that instruction. Am I interrupting something? No, not at all. Are you all right? They fell. Tripped over their own 2 feet. I tried to catch them, but lost control of my strength in the panic and grabbed them a little too hard. Right, doll? Exactly, but I'm assuming you do have good news for me, right, Tanya? Everyone made it back safely? Oh, for God's sakes, what? We couldn't find the pages. Excuse me? We looked everywhere, but there was nothing. Then you didn't look hard enough. These are ancient parchments. They wouldn't be stuffed in a shelf or tucked away in a lockbox. They would be somewhere secure, so you did. We did. It turned the place top to bottom, but there was nothing. No pages, no leads to where the rest could be. I promise, we looked. I trust that you did. I'm sorry if I started losing my temper. It's been a high-strung day, you could say. This isn't your fault, and I know it isn't. Clearly, the vampires are catching on and trying to cover their tracks, which is something that we anticipated and expected. We just should have been quicker on finding them in the first place. Yeah? We did our best. I know you did. But that still leaves us without the very thing we're searching for, doesn't it? It does, and I'm sorry, but we were able to find some documents that could be useful. Could be? They're in Old English. We could only read bits and pieces, that in a few journals, an address book, things like that. I've left them on your desk in your room. Well, then I guess it wasn't a total failure. Though we all better pray that there is something valuable or we'll be left with nothing. But if that is the case, then I suppose there's nothing left to talk about. Right? Good. In that case, I'll go check out the evidence you managed to scrounge together. You'll remember our conversation, though, won't you, doll? Excellent. I'm so glad to hear that. Hopefully there is something that can lead us in the right direction. We'll see. I'll talk to you both later. Okay. Whew. I picked the short straw for telling her about all that. She's been a little on edge recently. putting it mildly. Is your wrist okay? You've been holding it the whole time. Oh, well, it was just that I was going to say that I could heal it, if you like. Of course, of course. I have been practicing. I've been getting pretty good at it, so I could take a crack at it. Absolutely. Come here. Let me have a look. Right. You fell. Here, just hold still and. I think I did it. How does it feel? Oh, good. That is a relief. Well, I have been practicing, but vampires have the elevated healing factor, so it's my first time healing a human. I figured it was better to tell you that after I healed rather than before, because then you might not have let me try. Well, I'm glad it feels better. Good. I suppose I can go now and leave you to your very, very important work. Yes, absolutely. Ask away. Well, that question's a little complicated. I am incredibly grateful to the clan and to Rachelle and obviously to you for what you are doing and apparently working very hard at, but I wouldn't say that I consider you a beacon of hope. I really hope you're not offended by that. Can I be completely honest? I am grateful to the clan for giving me a place to stay these last years while I come to terms with all of the vampirism. But I don't know. I have been enjoying learning what it means to have magic. I certainly could not do this before. No, obviously I would not have chosen this if I had the option, but it has been long enough now that I am learning how to live with it, and I'm not unhappy. Of course, if there was an option to go back, I would in a heartbeat because truth be told, I miss the sun. I miss summertime and seeing the flowers bloom in spring. Videos and pictures are fine, but I miss living it. But I am not completely dependent on the idea of going back, if that makes sense. You are doing amazing work, and I am so amazed by what you are able to do with all of the blood magic. But if you're not able to get us all back to being human again, then for lack of a better phrase, I can live with that. Is that okay? Okay. No, hugs are fine. Hugs are nice. I promise. I know Rachelle is putting a lot of pressure on you, but I promise I am not the only one who would be, upset with you if things did not work out. Are you okay? Okay, good, good. Very, very happy to hear that. Oh, of course. Of course, I can do you any favor you ask. Except that one. Well, technically, I could do that one, but that is a very, very big favor. What do you need in Rachel's room when she's not there? Oh. Okay, well, admittedly, the last time I went in there on my own, she did have some of the pages kind of thrown around on her desk, but I couldn't read them, so I wouldn't know what pages to get you. And if we're being honest, even if I could get you the pages, she has been very particular about those pages. She would notice if they went missing, even for a short period of time. Yes, I have noticed. Everyone in the clan has noticed that she has taken a turn, to say the least. But I know that this injury did not come from a fall, and I would be very happy if I did not have to heal anyone of an injury that someone has to lie about. I, I cannot read the pages. I don't understand the old English that they are written in. But if there are certain pages that you need, I could try to get you photographs of the pages so that you could have them for yourself and do whatever it is that you need to do. I don't need to know exactly what you are planning with them. The less I know, I think the better for everybody. But yes. Yes, I am agreeing. I will get you the pages if you promise me that you will be absolutely careful with them. I don't want to know what might happen if Rachelle finds out that you have those. It's a deal then. I just really hope you know what you're doing.